Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Christmas Carol book tag. I have made it a little tradition of mine that I do this tag on Christmas Day every single year, so once again, that is what I'm doing. This tag was originally created by Lauren Wade, so I will link her channel in the description below so you can go and check her out and subscribe and all those good things. I wasn't tagged at any point by anybody, I just really liked the tag and thought it worked really well as a Christmas Day video to make. So yeah, because I've done this every single year, I have tried very hard to make sure that I am not doubling up on the answers that I gave last year, but I can't 100% guarantee that I'm not answering some of the questions that I said the year before, but I'm trying really hard not to. There is, however, one question that I give the same answer to for every single year, but you'll see when we get there. This tag is actually based around the book A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, so yeah. That's the inspiration. Apologies, I will probably be looking this way every now and then because my computer is here with all the questions, but yeah. Anyway, let's just get on and do this tag. Question number 1, The Ghost of Christmas Past. A book that was a childhood favourite. I have actually chosen a whole series of books, so they are the Trixie Belden books. I have these books I found in a garage sale a while ago now. They are young or middle grade really. They were contemporary at the time they were written, but it's in the like 80s, so mystery books. So yeah, I really enjoyed this series when I was a child. Question number 2 is The Ghost of Christmas Present. You need to pick a recent book that you think will become an all-time favourite. So for this one, I am going to pick a book that I will not stop talking about, and that is Terra Nullius by Claire G. Coleman. I have been talking about this book since I read it as part of my book club, Last Read Book Club. I feel like it was in August maybe, but anyway, sometime this year, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really well written and it really surprised me, which it turns out is something I really enjoy. So yeah, that is a book that I think will be, well, I'm certain will be and is a new favourite. Question number 3, Ghost of Christmas Future. So pick a book that is coming out next year that you are really excited for. Last year when I did this tag, I said Silverborn by Jessica Townsend, which I think is the 4th book in the Nevermore series. It got pushed back, so that is my answer again for 2023. I believe it's coming out in October. And then my other answer is Atalanta by Jennifer Saint, which I think is coming out in March possibly. So this is a retelling, a feminist retelling of the myth of Atalanta. I have got 2 of Jennifer Saint's books. I have only read Ariadne. I'm definitely very keen to read Electra, and I'm super excited to get my hands on Atalanta because I think it'll be really great. Question number 4, Humbug, a book that everyone else seems to love but that you absolutely hated. So I'm going to pick a book that I DNF'd this year, and that is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. So I've been hearing a lot of buzz about this book, about how great it is, and I just couldn't read it. I don't know where I got up to. I was reading it via audiobook and I honestly have no idea at what point I stopped reading, but I was trying to push on because I'm reading it for a vlog that I'm working on, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. It was really driving me up the wall. I really didn't like it, so I decided not to continue. Question number 5 is Bob Cratchit, an old dependable that you are always recommending to everyone. The way that I recommend books, I'm sure this is the same for most people, depends very much on who I'm recommending books to, and of course what I've recently read. As I'm sure many of us do, I tend to talk a lot about the books that I've read more recently than others, but I do have some favourites that are always going to be books that I'm going to always love, and one of those is Anne of Green Gables. I'm not certain how often I recommend this, but I do think that it's a book that anyone can read and enjoy. It is a middle grade or young adult, so you can read it to your children as well, and yeah, it's just a fantastic book. So that's my answer to the question. Question number 6 is Tiny Tim. And the prompt is an underhyped book that you think deserves more love. So for this one, I am going to go with After Story by Larissa Barrent. I just think this is a really fantastic, really well written book. I really enjoyed this one. It is kind of contemporary, straddles the line between contemporary and literary fiction, probably more on the side of contemporary, and we follow two characters, a mother and a daughter, and they go on a trip to England to go on this like literary tour, and they discover all sorts of things about themselves and the past, and yeah, I just think it's fantastic and I think more people should read it. Question number 7. Today, why it's Christmas Day? What's a book that always gets you in the mood for Christmas? And then in brackets, apart from A Christmas Carol. The Christmas Carol was never a book that got me into Christmas anyway. So my answer to this question is the same every year, and that is either The Chronicles of Narnia or The Lord of the Rings. And the reason for that is because both of these books are books that I grew up with my parents reading to me, and when the films came out, we went every single Boxing Day and watched whichever film was coming out that Boxing Day for quite a while. That was our tradition. So yeah, those books, and probably more specifically, those movies absolutely get me in the mood for Christmas. And then question number 8, The Muppet Christmas Carol, your favourite film adaptation of a book. I am going to cheat a little bit and say favourite TV show, but I think that still works. None of you will be particularly surprised that my answer is Heartstopper. If you've been around for more than probably 5 minutes on this channel, you'll know that I watched the Netflix adaptation of Heartstopper when it came out this year and absolutely fell in love with it, and then obsessively watched it over and over and over and over again. I really love the comics, as you can see there as well, but I think the TV show is actually something I slightly prefer. But yeah, my answer absolutely has to be Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. The final question is tags and people, but I'm actually not going to do that. Because I put this out on Christmas Day, anyone that I tag wouldn't do it until the next year, and I don't think anyone's ever remembered to do it. So I just don't really think that it's worthwhile tagging anyone. However, if you do watch this video and you do want to do this tag at any point, please feel free and let people know that I tagged you. Anyway, that's the end of the tag, so therefore that is the end of the video. Please comment below your thoughts on my answers to the questions, on the tag in general, and yeah, let me know how your Christmas Day is going and what fun plans you've had or are having. If you'd like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then leave me a Santa emoji because I'm wearing my little Mrs. Claus t-shirt. All of my social media details are listed in the description below, so if you'd like to go and follow me on any of those other platforms, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.